Simi, over to you.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'd like to welcome all of you at 274th meet of Speakers Den Toastmaster Club. My name is Simi. In the beginning of our meeting, I'd like to mention 3 ground rules that we will follow during the course of this meeting. First, please mute yourself if you are not speaking. Secondly, if you are not experiencing any bandwidth or technical issues, I'd like to recommend that everyone turn on their video since we are connected remotely, and it would be awesome to get to know everyone by face and know each other better. Also, it's a fantastic opportunity for the speakers to gauge the audience's reaction when they are on the stage. In case if you are stepping out of the meeting, please try to turn off your video. Third, if you are using our virtual platform and make references to religion, sex, or politics, please keep in mind that these are sensitive topics. Take caution while adopting these elements. Your language and presentation should be considerate of others' feelings. As you are aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmasters mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost their self-confidence and personal growth. As of now, today we'll be having a different session. We will be having an educational session led by Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. Now with this, I'd like to invite our presiding officer for the day. He is a metal extracted from the ores of Nagpur, hardened in the extreme weathers of Bitspilani, quenched in the waters of IIT Bombay. Now working as a scientist, a cog in the corporate wheel, TCS Innovations. In the machine of Toastmasters, he has functioned as a BPPM, BPPR, treasurer, CIC, club coach, LDPN, and currently working as an Area B2 director, and the current president of Speakers Den Toastmaster Club. Let's put your hand together to welcome presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mudassir. Over to you, Toastmaster Mudassir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sergeant at Arms Simi. So today we have a lot of guests and a special speaker joining us from Gabby's Toastmasters Club. I would first like to invite all the guests to introduce themselves to the club. First, I would like to invite Suraj Sonu to tell us what brings you to Speakers Den Toastmasters Club.
Hi guys. So this Toastmaster, I had a word with the Sankhya maybe 2 weeks back, and then I came to know about this Toastmaster. And this is my second time, not first time. So I found very interesting place where we can practice the public speaking, because theoretical knowledge we can gain from YouTube and books. But if we don't do the practice, then there is no use. We can't improve much or the pass or the rate we wanted to grow. So I feel this platform is very dynamic and very supportive to help each other. So that's why I'm here. And going forward, I will be definitely joining the multiple session as well. Yeah, that's my goal. Yeah.
Yes, Saurabh. Yes, Suraj. I think you only learn swimming once you enter the swimming pool. By watching the YouTube video, you are not going to learn it. So this is a very right step that you have choose to be a part of the Toastmasters meeting, and gradually, slowly, and you will start learning. Now I would like to invite Dhaval to tell us what brings you to the Speakers Den Toastmasters Club.
Yeah, hi all. My name is Dhaval. I'm from Bangalore. Actually, last week I had a call with Mr. Sakya. So some of my friends told the Toastmasters Club, there are so many skills you can learn. So that's what I want to polish my skills so that I can take on the world.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Tina to tell us what brings you to the Speakers Den Toastmasters Club.
Yeah. So in morning, I call Kaustav and
and the same, like after 10 minutes, I called Shankya because I was searching Toastmaster near to my home, and I was very surprised to see both are here in same meeting now. And yeah, because I want to work on my communication skill, that's why I was searching some Toastmasters near to my home. So there were 5 Toastmasters. So I called both of them, and both are here. So I'm very happy to see both in same meeting. Yeah, thank you.
See, I had a same experience like you, Tina, 2 weeks back. So even I joined here, and even I'm joining to the another club which of course two runs on the same day. So yeah.
Thanks Kaustubh and Sankhya for bringing in such beautiful people to our club. And now I would like to invite Vishnu to tell us what brings you to Speakers Den Toastmasters Club. Vishnu, you are on mute.
I got reference from one of my friends who already joined Toastmaster. I want to improve my communication skills, so he advised me to you should try to join Toastmaster, and you should see Toastmaster to improve yourself. And that's it.
Vishnu, can you tell us who is your friend?
I think my friends, common, I don't know. He advised me.
He is not part of this club or in Bangalore. Thanks for joining the Speakers Den Toastmasters Club. Now I would like to call Lalitha to tell us what brings you to the Speakers Den Toastmasters Club.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Lalita. I'm basically a HR professional. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are
Hello,
audible.
am I audible?
There is a lag in your voice.
Okay, I think there is some connectivity issue. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you can turn off your video, then the bandwidth will be better.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So I'm Lalita. I'm basically a HR professional, and I wanted to improve on this communication skills. So that's the reason, I'm joining this Toastmasters Club.
Okay, thanks, Lalita. I hope you will learn a lot in this club, in the communication and leadership journey. I think I've covered a lot of guests. Today we have a lot many guests compared to our own members. So welcome you all to Speakers Den Toastmasters Club. As a president of Speakers Den Toastmasters Club, I declare meeting number 274 open. For the benefit of the guest, let me tell you what Toastmaster is. Toastmaster was founded, the first meeting of Toastmaster took place in Santa Ana, California in the year 1924. So that's basically a 100-year-old organization, Toastmaster International. And presently we have 3.5 lakh members throughout the world and around 16,500 clubs across the world. So this is a huge organization. So being part of a Toastmaster make you a part of this big community. You became a part of this huge network. And when you become a part of this network, you get to interact with a lot of people and you learn communication. As you move about, as you interact with these people, become a part of the club, you also learn about leadership skills. So in essence, this is what Toastmasters is. Our own club, Speakers Den Toastmasters Club, is a 10-year-old club. And one of the founder member of Toastmaster Club, Kaustubh Rajendran, is with us. So today we have an education session on pathways. To bring this education session to us, we have one of the most qualified people to give this education session. He is a VP Education of Gabby's Toast. He has been a VP Education of Gabby's Toastmasters Club, a president of Gabby's Toastmasters Club, an area director. He has completed 4 pathways. First, he did in 78 days. The second, he did in 87 days. The third, he did in 89 days. And the fourth, in a staggering 27 days. He has given multiple sessions on pathways or education program, and he has even conducted a TLI training on VP education. So Saurav is one of the most qualified people to give this session on pathways. I would like to call Toastmaster Saurav Datta to continue the session and take the stage from him.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mudassir. So, for the interest of time, so this will be a 30-minute session, and time is that fine, Mudassir, in terms of time, or do you want to keep it?
It is fine. It is fine.
Okay. So in 30 minutes, we can have the cards at 20, 25, 30, so that I'm on track of time. Otherwise, I'm notorious for speaking for hours, so don't take chances with me for that. Post that we can have Q&A. So before I get started with this session, let me first do a quick correction. And I'm not picking on you, Mudassir, but I want everyone here to first understand the difference between a path and a pathway. And this is one very common mistake that we all make. So as you said that I completed the first pathway or the second pathway, third pathway, fourth pathway. The correct verbiage is the first, second, third or fourth path. So pathway is the total education program. The pathway consists of 11 paths. So there are 11 different paths like presentation mastery, innovative planning, motivational strategies, effective coaching, engaging humor, team collaboration, leadership development, dynamic leadership. All of these are different paths, and pathways is the total education program. Like you have graduation, so think of pathways as the total academic curriculum. So you just as you don't say that this particular person has graduated in the Department of Science, you say that this person is a BSc or an MSc or an MTech or a BTech. Similarly, you will have, when you address someone as a path breaker, you have to mention that this person has completed a particular path. Okay, so this is one very fundamental difference that we need to understand. So first of all, let us understand why is this pathways program so interesting. And what exactly happened is that previously we used to have a CCCL, Competent Communication and Competent Leadership Manual, two different traditional ways of learning. And then I think a couple of years back, Toastmaster transitioned into the Pathways program. The beauty of the Pathways program is that it gives you a mix and match of various options. The most exciting thing about Pathways is you and only you determine that how tough you want to make the entire path journey, or how easy you want to make it. Like, do you want to keep it like really simple and because you just got started with Toastmaster, or you really want to challenge yourself because you're already there at a certain level in terms of public speaking and you just want to take it from there. So let me first ask a very quick question. Can all of you put in the chat box, and we've got very few people here, so therefore you can just all of you can give your responses. Where would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to public speaking? And be very honest, okay? So if you are shy about putting a 1 on a common group, please send it to me on PM. You will not be judged, but there's a reason I'm asking you this question. Okay, anyone else? Okay. Good. So now the second question is, according to you, who benefits most from the Toastmasters? The people who are in the 1 to 4 bracket, people who are in the 5 to 7 bracket, or people who are in the 8 to 10 bracket? You can unmute yourself and answer. Who benefits the most from Toastmasters? People who are in the 1 to 4 bracket, people who are in the 5 to 7 bracket, or people who are in the 8 to 10 bracket?
I think it will.
People
I mean,
in the 1 to
yeah. Please carry on. Somebody was saying.
Dhaval, Dr. Pasha.
yeah, people in the 1 to 5 bracket.
People in the 1 to 5 bracket. Okay. Anyone else?
I feel it will be the entire range. whether you are on a starting of the speaker journey or whether you are an advanced speaker with a very good communication skill, but I feel that learning should happen continuously. So irrespective of whatever level you are, you should continue doing that, because always there is a scope for improvement.
Great. Tina, you had a different answer?
Yeah, I agree with Shankha because uh, it is like for everyone. Like if you will be reaching at one point, then again you will stop doing practice. Like what that all the cricketer or singer, once they will stop doing practice, again it will come to their old self. So it is benefit for, I think, everyone.
Great. Now, next, let me go to the next question. I'll just hold on to the answer to this one. What's my thought on this? Like as I'm saying, as if like there's a correct answer to this. There's not. It's a question of perspective. So no one is right or no one is wrong, and these kind of questions. Let me go to the next question. In terms of leadership, and when I'm saying leadership, it is not necessarily about being a manager or a director or a VP or a president in your particular in your workplace. It could be leadership in any capacity. Like for example, you are a leader in a voluntary organization, you are the secretary of your resident welfare association, you are the kind of the leader of the group within your friends. So you are the one who takes a decision whether we're going to go and have Asian or we're going to go and have Mediterranean or continental. So even that is leadership, right? So I'm talking about everyday leadership. So from a leadership scale, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself? In the 1 to 4 range, in the 5 to 7 range, or 5 to 8 range, 5 to 7 range, or the 8 to 10 range in terms of leadership? Okay, okay, great. So this is what we should be asking ourselves before we start our pathways journey. This question which I'm asking you now. Most people do not enjoy, people who do not enjoy the pathways journey, they don't enjoy it because they don't define the starting position. See, it's a path. When you are looking up Google Maps, what do? You give a from, you give a to, and then you decide whether I'm going to take this route or that route. I'm going to go by train, I'm going to go by bus, I'm going to drive down, I'm going to go in a two-wheeler. So you first need to define the from point and then the to point. Are you with me? In any journey, we can't do it anything differently than this. The same thing happens in a path, in a Toastmasters pathway. You need to first define the from point, and then you have to go to the to point. So Toastmasters can benefit anyone and everyone on that in that particular range, and that's an absolutely clear understanding that I have about the Toastmaster pathways. It is just that you need to know from where you're starting so that you have the most meaningful journey. If you, for example, if I'm wanting to go from in Bangalore, if I'm wanting to go from Indiranagar to say Domblur, I can choose to walk. But if I want to go to Domblur, I put the to destination as Domblur and I don't put the from destination. Just because Sankhya had walked from his home to Domblur, I decide to walk from my home to Domblur. And my home, by the way, is an electronic city. How stupid will that be? Right? So the same mistake happens here. So whether I completed the path in 27 days, 78 days, 80 days, 90 days, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years means nothing to you. Because my from point is different from your from point. You're getting me? So the first thing that you need to get out of your head is you will not replicate anyone's journey in your pathway journey. Because the moment you do it, you're setting yourself up for disaster. There's a person in US, in Hong Kong. He has completed all the 11 paths in less than a month. And the fastest of that is the engaging humor path, which he completed in 1 week. When I started my pathways journey, I wanted to be someone like him. And I wanted to complete, he completed 11 paths in 1 year, not in 1 month, in 11 paths in 1 year. And out of that, the engaging humor path he completed in 1 week. And I wanted to be like him. And then I came across someone, we all know, DTM Deepak Menon. He gave me this advice that sort of you are on your own journey. You will not try to replicate what Ian has done. That may not be the best way for you, for anyone else. Ian played to his strengths, you play to your strength. So the first and the foremost thing for us is to understand that you will not get jealous envious, amazed, stargazed by anyone who has completed his path in 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, 50 days, 100 days, whatsoever. You will have your own journey based on what's your from point is. Remember, it will take me 1 hour from Electronic City to say to the Koramangala Junction on a full traffic day. It will take you probably 2 hours if you're traveling from Indranagar to Electronic City, and that's totally okay. Just because I took 1 hour, you will not go on gate crashing everyone and getting into a road rage and killing people on the way because you need to reach there in 1 hour. If that sounds stupid, this is also stupid. So we are now on the same page in terms of how to, you know, um, how to decide on the pathways. Now let us get into something on how to choose a path. The first and the most important thing that we need to understand is how to choose a path, and for that I wanted us to get a common understanding of this one. So this is something which has been prepared by DTM George Marshall. I wanted to first give him the credit for doing this. DTM George Marshall is the past district director of District 51, and I really love this particular way he has structured how to choose a path. See, you can go to the Toastmasters website and you can take that quiz about how to choose your own path. But remember, that's a algorithm-driven, machine learning-driven, artificial intelligence, kind of a questionnaire based on some kind of a persona, some kind of a psychometric test that they are doing. That can never give you the most the most personalized effective answer that you're looking for. So this is something which you need to think about before you are starting on your. So first of all, remember there are 5 core competencies which are promoted in pathways: public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. So these are the 5 things which you can basically look at enhancing, augmenting, getting better at if you are starting your pathways journey. Now, the path structure is the same for all the paths. Level 1 and 2, all the projects are compulsory here. No choices, no electives. Level 3, 1 compulsory project and 2 elective projects. Level 4 and 5, 1 compulsory and 1 elective. And then after you complete level 5, you have to do a reflect on your path speech, which is more like, the Thanksgiving speech at the Oscars. Next, the paths are grouped by this particular, the skills that you learn. So public speaking focus and the leadership focus. These are the 2 main buckets that you can look at. So interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, and management, they are all kind of included in the leadership bucket. If you're looking at the public speaking focus, then in that case, so if you look at this one, there's a group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So group 1 is mostly about public speaking. It's all about public speaking. Group 2 is largely about public speaking. Group 3 is a majority of public speaking. And group 4 is kind of equally divided 60-40 or 50-50 between public speaking and leadership. So these are how the 11 paths are constructed. So these are too many details. So I will go simply to one slide which will capture all this summary very easily. Okay, so now look at this one. So if you are looking at the various groups, right? So if public speaking only is your focus and you're just getting started on pathways, presentation mastery and engaging humor are the 2 options that you can look at. Now, between that, it is important for you to define your starting point here, because engaging humor is a much difficult path compared to that of presentation mastery. So if you're just getting started on public speaking and you are rating yourself between 1 to 4, taking up engaging humor because someone else has taken engaging humor, or because your mentor has told you to take engaging humor because he or she has done engaging humor and found it very interesting, would be a suicidal decision. I'm using the word suicidal with a lot of thought, because sometimes it can mar your personality and your confidence to such an extent that you will never be able to open your mouth in public because you will feel that you'll get ridiculed. So it is important that you decide which of these 2 you would want to take if you are, and that would be defined by where you are right now standing. If you're in the 1 to 4 bucket, I would not spare a thought and I would probably go for presentation mastery. But if I'm somewhere in the 5 to 7, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'll probably try to take an engaging humor. Now, why would I not take a presentation mastery even if I'm in 8 to 10? It is like you are a MasterChef Australia winner, and I'm telling you to cook Maggie. And I'm telling you that it will be very exciting. I will teach you a new dish. What is the dish? Maggie. That will not excite you. You will not want to continue pathways for long because you will feel, what is in it for me? I already know all of it or most of it. Now let us come to the leadership groups. So there are few paths which are focused on light leadership. So if you're someone who have never been in a leadership role, have some leadership aspiration, a fresh college pass out, you want some leadership experience, some leadership understanding, an engineering graduate just getting into Toastmasters, these are some of the paths which you can explore. Leadership development, motivational strategies, and visionary communications. These are very, very light leadership things where you don't need to do, high performance leadership kind of projects where there's a lot of pressure in terms of creating a project, reporting the project, and those kind of things. Very light leadership project, very basic fundamentals. If you're already a seasoned leader, I would strongly advise against taking these paths of leadership development, motivational strategy, or visionary communication for the simple reason, again, it will be like teaching how to cook Maggie to a MasterChef Australia winner. Similarly, if you look at the third bucket, which is the moderate leadership, if you're a people manager, you're a team lead, someone who has just got started in the leadership journey in their corporate space, in their workspace, have led a team of 2 to 5 people, there you can explore paths like dynamic leadership, strategic relationships, and team collaboration. Team collaboration is a very good path for you to understand how to work with a team, how to bring a team together, particularly if you're working in a cross-functional team setting, if you've got a matrix reporting, team collaboration is a very good path. Strategic relationship is very important, particularly if you are more of an individual contributor, but in a slightly senior leadership role, like for example, a project manager, right? Where you are an individual contributor, but you have to coordinate with 5 different teams. So their strategic relationship, how to build relationship with the various teams, with the various stakeholders, this path can really help you develop those skills. And if you are in a people leadership role, in an active leadership role, there again, dynamic leadership is a very good path for you to get a foundational understanding of what the leadership aspect is all about. If you're already in a leadership role for a few years, probably you're a leader of a leader, managers of manager, the manager of managers, then in that case, things like effective coaching, innovative planning, persuasive influence, these are very effective paths for you. See, there is nothing leadership mentioned here. But if you look at the structure of the path, you will see that the projects are designed in such a way so as to boost your foundational leadership and take it to the next level. So when you are leading a team of managers, for instance, one of the most important thing for you to do is your ability to influence your managers. Because if you're a first level manager, then you can do a lot of things yourself. You can take the decisions yourself. But if you're a second level manager, you have to influence your managers to take the right decision. So there comes in the impact of persuasive influence. Innovative planning, effective coaching. Again, these are the next level of leadership attributes. And these are the next level of paths in case you are going into the next level of leadership. All of these three have got something called an HPL, the High Performance Leadership Project, which is very important because that actually helps you plan, develop, implement, and report on a high performance leadership project, a project which has got a noticeable impact, a measurable impact on someone or a group of people within or outside the Toastmasters fraternity. So I'll take a pause here, and I will check for any questions that you may have till what I've covered till now in terms of how to select a path. I will share this presentation with you after this meeting. But any questions as of now on how to select a path? Okay. So yeah, Shankar, any question?
No.
Saurabh, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So my first pathways was innovative planning, and second was dynamic leadership. So I'm actually moving 4, 3, 2, 1. So is it a right approach or?
Okay. First of all, Mudassir, again, your first pathway was not innovative planning. Your first path was innovative planning. That's okay. No. I will keep on repeating this for the simple reason that I want us all to have this habit of giving it the right name. No other intent here. And the first one was innovative planning. The second one was
dynamic leadership.
Dynamic leadership. Okay. So what's the question?
So you are saying that if you are starting with your journey, you should be at the
Yes, ideally you should have taken dynamic leadership first, and then you should have taken innovative planning, because you can appreciate innovative planning more when you have already done dynamic leadership, because in innovative planning you did an HPL, right? And probably your mentor, I don't know who or how you were guided on that particular project, but many mentors who have not done HPL, they don't really do justice to the HPL project, or they can't guide their mentee to do justice to the HPL project. HPL is a very interesting and a very good project, and it should be done with a lot of seriousness. But a lot of us don't do that because our mentors never explain to us the way an HPL project should be done. It is not about just bringing a group of people and planning a team meeting and then reporting back saying that, hey, I've done the team meeting. It's much more than that. It's about measurable impact. The way you would design a project in office. So ideally, you should have done that way. But since now it is done, it is not cast in stone that you cannot go any other way. Ideally, yes, that should have been done. I would say now you should complete innovative planning, dynamic leadership, and then the next path you would probably want to choose up something in effective coaching or in around persuasive influence instead of picking up something around strategic relationships or team collaboration at this point of time.
Okay, thanks.
Vishnu, you had a question. I saw you were unmuted. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have a question, sir. Actually, I mean, my fundamental is not clear. So which path should I go?
Your fundamental is what?
Not clear properly. Not clear properly. Fundamental means communication fundamental, like grammar position or etc. That thing. So which path should I go?
So, Vishnu, I guess what when you're talking about fundamentals and in public speaking, I would say the first part that you should definitely try is presentation mastery. And why I'm saying presentation mastery is because it's a very non-threatening, it's a very low pressure kind of a path where what defines the pressure of the path. I will come in this next section where I will define, where I explain what defines the pressure of a path. Why do I call certain paths creating more pressure and certain paths creating less pressure? I'll come to that in a while. But presentation mastery clearly has much lesser pressure compared to many of the other paths. So always have it easy at the start. There are a lot of people who will tell you, hey, don't go for presentation mastery. Very simple one, yeah, don't go for it. Remember, the person who is telling you may find it simple, you may not find it simple. Again, because remember, you may be starting from Indiranagar, that person is starting from Electronic City, or maybe or vice versa, right? So I think that is very important. Start with presentation mastery. If you have not done a path before and communication, public speaking is what you're focusing on, blindly go for presentation mastery. It's safest and the easiest path to get started with, will give you tremendous amount of confidence. Yes, Simi?
Hi, Saurabh. So I was not so much aware of the paths, like what to choose and what not to choose. I just started. I have only completed my one speech in innovative planning. So is it advisable, like I could start from a more simple pathway and like stop this, like I have already chosen?
Yeah. So you can again start with a simple path. Okay. So the when you choose a path and you feel that this is not the right path, you started the journey. Fortunately, we have the option of changing the path also.
Okay.
Provided, we we don't file any award. So if you have not filed any award on the base camp and your VP education has not approved it, then within 90 days of choosing the path, you can go and change the path. But the period is 90 days. Within 90 days of opting into the path.
Okay.
If 90 days is over, and in that case, you feel that innovative planning is something that you would have probably not chosen initially, but now you feel that you made the wrong selection, whatever it is. The next section I will tell you how to make your path easy or difficult. So if you, by chance, by accident, unknowingly landed on a path which is slightly difficult, let us now see how you can make that journey easy if we cannot go back and change the path, right? So all is not lost kind of thing. Okay? So give me a second.
Yes, I want to ask something.
Yeah, Tina.
So while choosing path, so should we consider like what is our end goal or what we want to do in our future or our
Absolutely.
career?
Absolutely.
Like
That's
if
what I
we
said,
want,
right? If you look at those buckets, the first thing, leadership or public speaking, These are the two broad pillars in which we have Toastmasters, right? So these are the two broad objectives. The first thing is, are you looking at leadership or public speaking? And
Yes.
for you can choose both also and start moving on both the paths, but that will be too much of a commitment depending on how much of priority. So your end goal you will have to keep in mind. But my point is that the end goal is very important, particularly if you do not have the path already defined. Here you have the advantage of the path already defined, right? So you can take any of these 11 paths. You cannot create a 12th path of your own. There is no mix and match path option. No, don't smile, because this is actually the Toastmasters thinking that they will start something like a mix and match now. So if it happens sometimes, then good. If it does not happen, till that time you have the paths chosen. So even if you are not clear about the end goal at the very start, that's perfectly okay. None of us are. Some of us have joined Toastmasters because we were just like, we heard about Toastmasters, right? So end goal may not always be possible for you to define. One of the stupidest questions I find in an interview is, where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? And particularly after COVID, when you ask this question, I feel like you guys are not even reading newspaper or what. I mean, people don't even see themselves alive after 5 months or 5 days down the line. And you're asking about, where do I see myself 5 years down the line? So I think one thing is most important for you is that to do not over-index on the end goal, because you may not have that visionary understanding of what will you do, as an end goal. But at least the starting point, you have a clear idea that in public speaking and leadership, whether I'm in a 1 to 4, 5 to 7, or 8 to 10. So focus more on your current this thing rather than the end goal at this point of time, because the fact is that you can have only one of the two end goals as a Toastmaster, public speaking or leadership. And within that, the 11 paths are already defined. Okay. So I'll move on to the next, because the green card is already on. So let me just take this off, and now this is presentation again is made by DTM George Marshall. So these are the 11 paths, right? And I will again share this deck with you. This is a one-stop shop for all paths, whatever you need around pathways. This is a beautifully created document. If you see, all the paths are listed here. These are all the projects that are available in Toastmasters, all of them. And these are all hyperlinked. So you will find the evaluation. Next time someone says, send me the evaluation form, you can just go there and you will find all the details here. See, all the project objectives are defined here, right? So let me show you a couple of things here. Why do I say that you can select the path you can make it how easy or difficult you want to be. So this one gives a small snapshot. This first slide gives a small snapshot of summary of what all the path entails. This is this one. Now let me compare two paths and then show you something interesting. So let me compare effective coaching and engaging humor. Okay. If you remember, effective coaching was a path on high level of leadership. Do you remember that? Right? It was in that bracket, high level of leadership. And engaging humor was in the high level of public speaking. So let us compare these two paths. One is in the high level of leadership, one is in the high level of public speaking. So first of all, see the level 1 icebreaker, writing a speech with purpose, introduction to vocal variety and body language, and evaluation and feedback. And the same level 1 is there in engaging humor. Do you see this? Right? Which means that one understanding that we have in pathways is that the foundation has to be the same. Just like whether you're an MD or you're an MS or you're a surgeon, the first year of your MBBS, you necessarily read or study almost the same thing, right? A similar kind of a pattern. Even if when you're going for an MBA, the first year is generally the same thing for across. It's only the second year when you take a specialization, that's when things start differing. Think of it as something similar to that. Now level 2 are learning your style. Here you see the differences now coming in. In level 2 in effective coaching, it is the first is understanding your leadership style. In level 2 of engaging humor, it is knowing your sense of humor. In level 2, here it is understanding your communication style. Here it is connecting with your audience. The third one again is the same, introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. Now, introduction to Toastmasters mentoring is a common project across level 2, across all the paths, because mentoring is a very key aspect of Toastmasters. And here, mentoring, when we say, it is not about being a mentor, but about being a mentee, right? Because you are in the early stage of your path journey. So it is important for you to know how to make the most of mentorship, not how to be an effective mentor. Now, when you go to level 3, now see the difference. Reaching consensus. As an effective coach, one of the most important things that you need to do is reach consensus in a wide group of thoughts. But when you come here into engaging humor, it is engage your audience with humor. Two very different kind of projects. Now, this is from where you decide whether you want to make the path easy or difficult. So if you look at the electives are almost the same across both of them. You see this? And the electives have a high variety. Like you could deliver social speeches. So social speeches like raising a toast, talking in someone's birthday, introducing a guest at a meeting. Those are the social speeches. You can use a presentation software like a PPT or something like that. You can connect with storytelling. Everyone have a story to tell. Connect with storytelling is a 5 to 7 speech, and where you have to say any story. It could even be a story that is not original, right? Now, see the difference of it. On one side, it is about connect with storytelling or active listening. Active listening is you have to be a TTM at a meeting. So you see, it is pretty doable compared to, say inspire your audience, which is a slightly difficult one because it needs you to have that charm and that persona and that aura about you to inspire a group of people. So if you're just getting started, you do not need to choose a difficult project like inspire your audience. Choose a simple one like an active listening. Be the TTM at a meeting. Right? That will give you an immense amount of confidence when you're moving along the path. But if this is your second path or the third path, then you can choose a difficult one. So one of the things that I had decided when I went for my second, third, and fourth path is I will not repeat any of the electives in any of the level. So I've always done new electives in each of the levels because I wanted to keep it continuously, consistently challenging. And the other thing is, whenever I gave a speech or I did a project, I tried to make it related to the particular path. Like for example, if I'm doing active listening in engaging humor path and I'm doing active listening in effective coaching path, the topics, the flavor of the topics will be different. When I'm being a TTM as a part of the effective coaching path, my topics would be slightly, one-line quotations and those kind of things. When I'm doing it as a part of engaging humor, I would try to keep the topics quirky, funny, little bit of, evoke light laughters and those kind of things. So this is the variety that I can bring in and challenge myself. But again, if you're just getting started, like, Vishnu, the question that you asked, you can decide, or, Simi, I think she asked this question that she already chose the innovative planning path, right? Now you decide, I've already chose the path, this path is difficult for me. The mandatory project itself is difficult for me. So let me not trouble myself more, burden myself more by choosing more difficult electives. Choose easy electives. Look at level 4, improvement through positive coaching, the power of humor in an impromptu speech. Right? So level 4, 5, you have to choose one compulsory, one elective. Now the compulsory you can do nothing much about. You have to do it. But the elective is where you can make your life much more easier. Some of these things you can plan a little early. Someone asked me that how can you complete a path in 27 days when one of the projects that you are doing is, say, writing a compelling blog, which as per the mandate of the project takes 6 months. My point is, the project objectives tell you to write a blog for a period of 6 months or 3 months, but it does not tell you that you will have to start writing blog only when you enroll for the project, for the path. So you can start writing blogs today because 6 months down the line you will be attempting this project. You don't start writing blogs the day you reach level 4. You start writing blogs today so that when you reach level 4, you will do this project. So you are getting 6 months of time, right? Leading in a voluntary organization, a level 5 project, it needs you to be leading in a voluntary organization for a 6 months period, which means that in the month of July, when you have the opportunity to become a club officer, you can sign in, opt in for that role so that you are a club officer for the period of July to December, so that in January you can do the level 5, leading in a voluntary organization, and there you can share your experience of leading as a club officer in a Toastmasters club. So you do not start working on the path when you reach that level. You start working early, you start planning early so that you have those projects going on, and when you reach that level, you are making the speech. So I'm not cutting corners here. I'm just planning early. Instead of starting to write the blog in the month of January, I'm starting to write the blogs in the month of June last year. Right? So this is how you need to plan your path. Before you start your path, you need to understand how which elective will I take in level 3, 4, 5 and start working on them the day you start your icebreaker speech. So that by the time you reach level 3, 4, 5, you are comfortably placed. It's very similar to booking your trip itinerary before you start the trip. You have a choice. You can book your flight tickets, you can book your hotel stay, you can book everything and have a very comfortable trip. Or you can just land into the city and then start figuring out which hotel will let me in at 12 midnight. If you're taking the second route, obviously you will not have a very comfortable journey. And the same thing is applicable for pathways as well. So in summary, when you're choosing a path, think of your starting point. It is very important. There are two broad buckets, public speaking and leadership. Within leadership, there are three sub buckets, and you can choose based on those sub buckets wherever you are standing today, where you are right now, and where you want to go. Once you have chosen the path, see where you stand, and based on that, define how easy or difficult you want your journey to be, and progress accordingly. And last but not the least, please do not replicate anyone's journey. You are unique, your situation is unique, your strengths are unique, your goals are unique. Respect your individuality, respect your challenges, respect your opportunities, and make the journey. Do not blindly follow anyone in terms of selecting a path, the speed at completing a path, the choosing of a project, and anyone includes your VP education, your club president, your mentor, your hero in Toastmaster, or anyone that you really love them. Thank you. Back to you, Mudassir. Any questions we can take if you have anyone.
If anyone have any questions, please you can ask either in the chat or you can, because there are less number of people, you can just unmute them yourself and ask.
In the meanwhile, I'm sending these files on the Zoom chat. So you can just download these PDFs and keep it with you.
Okay, so Saurabh has also shared the PPT he was using in this session. You can go through that and maybe ask Saurabh question later. I think with this we can conclude the education session.
1 second, Mudassir. One thing also I will share. Give me 1 second. Am I audible?
Yes.
I'm just sharing one Facebook link, and I'll tell you why I'm sharing this in a while. Give me 1 second. So where did I get this resource from? I got this resource because there is a broad Toastmasters online fraternity which we don't leverage. We don't reach out to them. We don't we don't try to understand what other people are doing. But this is where you get a wealth of information. So I'm sharing the link of that particular group. I would urge all of you to join that group. There are such wonderful resources that regularly get posted there. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to pull up that link. If any of you have it handy, you can just also share it.
Meanwhile, if anyone has any question, you can write it in the chat box.
Yes, I found it. Give me 1 second.
Sir, is there any batch like that we have group or something like that when we start when we start doing our class? Sir?
So this is all self-paced learning, right, Vishnu? So you will have to plan your own journey. but you will have assistance all the way. This group that I have suggested, I would request everyone to join this group. There's got 27,000 Toastmasters across the world, 27,000 members, right? So the wealth of information you get here, there's a lot of nonsense also that gets talked about there. So don't, but I think that's true for any Facebook group, right? You'll have to know how to filter out the noise and look at the real stuff. So these kind of presentation which I shared with you, these regularly get shared there. It's like a wealth of information. You just love it. So go through these kind of places. There are several groups, like this. Mudassir can share, Shankha will know. So I think these are good starting points, but this is a self-paced learning. So there is no group formally that we have for that matter. Any other questions? Otherwise,
yeah, I think there are no more questions. And Saurav has shared all the content with us. So Saurav, can we share your contacts with the members in case they want to reach out later?
absolutely. Not an.
Hey, Saurabh, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So, the icebreaker is part of every path, and people keep repeating it. And every time they come back, other than the first time, they try to do something which is unbecoming of the expectation of an icebreaker. What do you think about that? Should they do the icebreaker over and over again every time they choose a path?
Yes, I very strongly feel they should, because see, again, the engaging humor. When I did I'll give my example. So the first time I did presentation mastery, there I gave the icebreaker. That was the first time I ever gave an icebreaker in Toastmaster. Obviously, that was all about me, who I am, what do I bring to the table. So introducing myself to the club. The second time I did my icebreaker was as a part of the leadership development path. There I talked about my icebreaker journey. I introduced myself as a leader. So what are the, as a leader, what I have done in various, in various organizations? What is my leadership experience? That's what I shared. The third time I did icebreaker was as a part of my path of team collaboration. There I shared my experience of working and leading and being led in a team environment. What are the various teams that I have been a part of? The fourth time that I did an icebreaker was as a part of my engaging humor path. There I talked about my strengths and my weaknesses when it comes to cracking jokes, about being humor, about why humor is a big problem for me and how I'm trying to overcome it. Now see, the same icebreaker speech of 4 to 6 minutes, I'm still introducing myself, one aspect of my life. We wear so many hats, right? As a Toastmaster, as a speaker, as a father, as a son, as a friend, and each of these gives us an opportunity to introduce some aspect of our life which is relevant for that particular path, and that is how I try to keep it relevant.
I see your point.
And I think this is important, Kostov, because see, some people say that you need to write a 30 seconds elevator pitch and keep it ready. My counter to that is always that my 30 seconds elevator pitch will depend on who the audience is and what the situation is. If I'm trying to introduce myself to my potential employer vis-a-vis trying to introduce myself to my potential date, I can't have the same set of introduction, right? I cannot talk to my date the same language or give the same data points as I would give to my employer. So I think that is important because this teaches us how to introduce you with a different purpose, with a different objective, to different group of people. So that's where I find it very interesting.
So if there are no more questions, we can conclude the session. After this, we have a table topic session. So if you want to stay, it would be really good for us. So before starting the, yes, Saurabh, you want to speak something?
Yeah, I'll drop off because my area contest is going on right now.
Yeah, sure.
And also, may I, it's a fantastic session, actually. Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmasters Saurav.
Thank you
We were
so
actually quite waiting for this session for a long, long time.
Thank you.
And thank you. It's really, really very helpful, especially for the newcomers and especially for me as well, although I'm associated with for a long time. But it's something which is really helpful and really great.
Thank you so much, Sankhya. Thank you for the opportunity, Mudassir. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saurav.
So before we start the table topic session, I would like to introduce few set of people we call tag team. Tag as in timer, or counter and grammarian. So these people will tell when you are giving a table topic speech, it's an impromptu speech and we have to come on the spot and speak. So sometimes we tend to make mistake. And to point out these mistakes in your grammar, in your R count, if you have crossed a certain time limit, there are people who will tell you that. So first I would like to call the timer. Toastmaster Sankhya, can you please explain us your role?
Thank you. So time plays a very key role in one's life. And with the great responsibility I have today, so I'm going to be the timer for today's session. And as a timer, I'll be keeping track of each of the table topic speaker who will be coming on our virtual dais. So we have a time period of 1 to 2 minutes. And at the one, so which means that minimum 1 minute you have to speak and maximum 2 minutes you will be speaking, and there will be a 30-second buffer time. Now, how will you know that when is 1 minute has completed? So I'm going to flash my Zoom background as green at the end of 1 minute. And then at 1 minute 30 second, I'm going to flash my Zoom background as yellow. And at the end of 2 minutes, I'll flash it, I'll change the color to red. Now, after that, there will be an additional buffer 30 seconds for which no additional signal would be given. So you need to wrap up your speech within the time period. So with that, let me hand over the stage back to you, Toastmaster Mudassir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Now I would like to call our R counter, Toastmaster Pasha, to please explain the role of an R counter. Toastmaster Pasha.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and honorable dignitaries. Today, my Pasha, today I will be the counter guide. So, for the benefit of newcomers and guests, I will explain the benefits of counter. So the two main objectives of counter are: one is to keep an eagle eye on the flow of speech. Second is to keep an eagle eye on the clarity of speech. So I think as a counter guy, I will be listening to the words such as crunch words, filler words, and long pauses and repeats that often used by people during conversation and speeches. So these words, these crunch words, filler words, or long pauses or repeats, these words, they dilute the impact of speech. Second, these injections disrupt the flow of speech and make the speech less interesting and boring. So today, as a counter, I will be keeping track on all these crunch words, like for example, filler words like and, so, well, and I'll be also listening to the long pauses and repeats. So, so I will know all speakers at the end of the meeting how they
Thank you, Toastmaster Pasha. Your video is lacking. There is some gap between your voice and your video. I think
It is on, sir. My video is on.
Okay, I'll move on to the grammarian. Toastmaster Ashish, can you explain the role of a grammarian?
Yeah, hi everyone. Hopefully I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I will be the grammarian for today's meeting. And as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to note down the good uses of words and vocabs and the areas where we can improve ourselves to make our speech and our communication ability a better one. And as a grammarian, it's also my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day for today's meeting is construe. And the meaning of the word is to analyze the arrangement and connection of words in a sentence, or to understand or explain the sense or intention and to explain the sense or intention of something in a particular way. To give an example, the website provides medical information, but that information should not be construed as a diagnosis. I request all of the speakers and role takers to use word of the day in their speeches and make the meeting a beautiful one. Over to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashish. Okay, with that, we'll start the table topic session. To run the table topic session, which is an impromptu speech session, we have with us Simmi Agrawal. She is our Sergeant at Arms. Professionally, she is a software engineer who loves doing new things. She likes reading, painting, writing, and I've seen her improve a lot in terms of communication. With this, I'd like to call Simmi Agrawal to take on the stage as a table topic master. Simmi, the stage is yours.
Hello everyone. Good morning. Today, firstly, I'd like to tell a few things about table topics. Impromptu speaking is defined as those all too frequent occasions when we are expected to speak without preparation. In Toastmasters, we call that practice table topics. Yeah. Now, how table topics helps us? Suppose when you get asked an unanticipated question, get asked to give a few words on stage, where some of us would get startled or terrified when asked to speak. To get comfortable on such situations, what we need to do is practice and be fearful. So, and table topics help you break fear and give you thoughts. Maximum time allotted to a person for table topics is 2 minutes. Today, I have kept the topic simpler just to recall the memories we had during our summer vacations. Like now it's almost the start of summer vacations for children who are in the schools right now. So with this, I'd like to ask anyone who wants to go first, or I can just anyone? Okay. Lalita, would you like to come and take a topic?
Yes, I would like to.
Yeah, sure. So,
am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
You're audible. Yeah.
For you, the topic is summer vacations and cousins. Summer vacations and cousins.
And cousins, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So summer vacation is like we would actually wait for the summer vacation during our school days, and normally we would go out to our natives, and then we would play, and also we had a church closer by, So there they used to have some camps, and we used to go and attend that camps, and they would say more about, like, they would give us some games to play, and there would be some learning. So this is my experience.
Lalita, can you continue a bit more?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear.
No, actually, you have to speak for minimum 1 minute. So can you continue a bit more?
Minimum 1 minute, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you can add
Okay, so
something about your cousins.
Okay. I'm really not able to get anything in my mind now.
No issues, Lalita. It's like really lovely to hear what you enjoyed when you were waiting for your summer vacations to just start. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Duman, would you like to take another?
Yes, sure.
So your topic is, we had no phones. How was it the best part? We had no phones. How was it the best part?
No phones.
Yeah, we had no phones. How was it the best part?
We had no phones. How was it the best part? Well, sometimes phones can be a prison because you get addicted to them. I think in Toastmasters itself, someone had mentioned that there was a study that said that people spend up to 7 hours a day on their phone. Now, I mean, it can vary. Not everyone will spend 7 hours, but how is that a healthy thing to do, to spend 7 hours on the phone? And it apart from like that, it depends if you're just wasting time or if you're doing work. That's one point. Another thing is that it creates problems for ability to concentrate. If I heard that one other study, someone said that spending too much time in front of the screen takes away your ability to think. I mean, you tend to just accept the information that's in front of you and not be active. And so in that sense, yeah, a lot of things might have been better when there were no phones. But on the other hand, phones are also very helpful. So we need to also look at the positive side. Now we can do a lot of things much more easily. We can do a lot more things that before we could not do at all. And we just need to learn how to balance and use things in the right amount. Thank you. Back to you.
It's lovely to hear from you, Diman, like what the pros and cons of having a phone would be. Yeah, so like this, we are moving ahead. So I'm just expecting like everyone go down the memory lane of being a childhood when you were in schools, like how we waited for the summer vacations to come and what we did. So let's just recall those memories and enjoy it again. So anyone would like to go next? Okay. Suraj, would you like to go next?
Sure.
So for the topic for you is traveling with mom and dad was something we looked forward. Traveling with mom and dad was something we looked forward.
Oh, you mean traveling with my parents to some destination?
Yes. Yeah, in summer vacations, like after the schools were getting over and all.
Okay. Okay, got it. So, okay, it's more like a time travel for me. So there are a lot of things which I have not done during the summer vacation in my childhood. So would love to go back in that period and plan a summer vacation in a very innovative way and get a richer experience. So if I go back in my time of, let's say, when I was 8 years or 7 years old, so I will plan to go Himachal Pradesh, or place where we can go with my parents and spend some time, especially in the summertime. Okay, there's two things. One thing, when we are at home in the summer vacation with living with the parents, we tend to spend time with the friends and we try to play mostly. So we don't spend much. We spend time with the parents definitely, but we don't listen them. They don't intend to spend time with them, and mostly go out and play. So if we plan some summer vacation, spending time with the parents and going with them in some destination, try to understand. Obviously, I'm at that age, just a very kid. Obviously, it was playing, but at least spending time with them, that will be the good part. If you plan to go somewhere with parents, so first thing. Second thing, parents also will get to know about the kid more deeply in terms of choices, in terms of like, dislike, if some spend some time and go in particular destination, especially in terms of when you go out, students, kids may be a bit shy, because if you go out, if you stay in the home, it's very like comfortable and very much easy. But if you go out, it may not be like we are very much comfortable and you play in that area. So if you go Himachal Pradesh, and there are a lot of different places, different activities to do. So spending time with parents and doing all these activities will be very good experience. That's I can think about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful to hear about your vacations with your parents, Suraj. Thank you so much. Yeah, moving ahead, anyone who wants to volunteer? Vishnu, would you like to go next?
Sure.
Yeah, Vishnu, a lovely topic. It's ice cream vendors in the scorching heats.
Ice cream? Oh, I didn't get the meaning of this.
Ice cream vendors in the scorching heat.
I got it. Sorry.
Any memory related to ice cream vendors or ice creams or anything related to summer?
Ice cream related. Can I say add summer vacation, same topic? Okay, thank you. When I were say school time, that time I at summer vacation we got lots of homework, and we are doing with our friends, and then gradually we when we grow up, then uh, uh, mostly my hobbies is swimming and other things. So in summer vacation uh, we go out with our friends to some river or Ganga river nearby me. So we enjoy with our friends. That's it for now.
Yeah, it's so lovely to hear that, Vishnu. Yeah, moving now. Tina, would you like to go next?
Yes.
So for you, the topic is mandatory visits to Nana Nani's house were all about, like grandparents' house. This is mandatory visits to Nana Nani's house were all about.
So we used to go in our summer vacation to our Nani's house. and that is in village. Very beautiful village with very beautiful river and lot of trees. Under that lot of trees, lot of buffaloes and beautiful well. And so there are lot of memories from my childhood where my Nana ji, he used to have one a small shop of toffees, chocolates, and all that childhood where we used to eat that mango masti and all. Then we used to go to his shop and we used to buy all these things. And then one of my cousin told, in my nani's room there is some magic pencil or something like that, and we used to search in almiras in our childhood. And very beautiful memories because we have very big family, and when everybody used to be there and we used to make nimbu pani in bucket. So there were there will be like total 50 members, something like that. So it was always fun. We will be like used to sleep like on terrace, everybody like all the cousins and pulling each other legs and all. So very beautiful memories of childhood. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tina. It brings back my lots of memories going to Nana Nani's house. Even till today's date, it's my favorite place to be at. For everyone, like it's the most awaited destination to go for a long time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simi.
Let's move on next. Dr. Pasha, would you like to give next?
Yes, yes.
So the topic for you is extra hours of fun meant. Extra hours of fun, what it meant to you. Dr. Pasha, you there?
I didn't get your this thing.
Yeah. So.
Hello.
Yeah, we
I didn't
usually.
hear you properly.
Yeah. So extra hours of fun meant to you, like you'll have a more fun part during the summer vacations, like to have you will have an extra time to make fun. In the sense.
Yeah. See, for me, fun is to enjoy what I love to do. The things I love to if I
Dr. Pasha, there is some connectivity issue. Everyone able to hear Dr. Pasha?
Lagging.
I get a lot of fun. There we used to have a lot of fun in my Nana's farmhouse. So playing to me, playing with the children's in summer vacations and passing time with my kids will be a lot of fun to me. Fun. So now, right now, I am be with you all. This is also a great fun and enjoyment. It's providing. I am very delighted, and from inside, I am feeling very happy. That is a type of fun to me. So in during these days of in these the days of after a lot of hard working, after a lot of daily stuff. So everyone needs some type of fun to get relaxed. and because to be healthy, relax, have that is medicine, heart, and spirit. So fun is a basic need for everyone. So fun is, so I think fun is a mandate for our well-being. So fun for me, I will get extra enjoyment, fun when I participate in when I participate in Toastmaster, when I am being in Toastmasters Masters Club and being with you all. That is that time inside. I feel very happy and satisfied because the so in stressful situations also, in difficult situation also, I try to be very calm and do the things with a lot of fun. I try to convert the difficult situation and hard situation to funny type of situation, funny type of situation to get calm and relax. So over to you, Simi. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, Dr. Pasha, vacations are really about relaxing and having fun. So it's great to hear from you that. Moving next, Toastmaster Kaustubh, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Kaustubh, topic for you is any silliest thing you're pretty good at. Any silliest thing you're pretty good at.
So I've always wanted to put this on my resume, and I have always secretly wished that somebody would give me a job because of this particular skill of mine. I am very good at playing solitaire. And sometimes when it becomes stressful at work, I have this fantasy that the world is in search of people who are very good at playing solitaire, and the biggest corporations in the world would come looking for me. I would bargain with them, heavy pay packages, and then I would get hired. And I also have a particular plan for how my entire day will work out. Okay, so the previous night would be heavy on party. So we usually wake up by about 10 or 11 o'clock. And then as soon as you wake up, you drive to race course. And the morning coffee is at the race course watching horses run by. And then we walk up to the whatever they call it, the race course where the food is served. And then we have a couple of champagnes and wine and stuff, and then have a heavy lunch. I'm not very good at sleeping in the afternoon, so that's when I would like to work. So that's when I'll play a little bit of solitaire. And by then it's evening, and we would hit the next pub or bar, and the cycle repeats. And I get paid loads of money for that. This has always been my fantasy, but to answer your question, yes, I'm very good at solitaire, which unfortunately is my true talent. I've never been able to capitalize on it, but someday I will. Thank you.
Yeah, Toastmaster Kaustubh, it's like really great to hear that you plan on capitalizing with the fun part. So it's really good. I remember one thing, like it's my cousin's office. Then the Ludo got so much popular now. So they started their day by just playing Ludo, and after they started to work, like they'll have few rounds of Ludo and then they'll start to work. So that's really great. Moving next, Toastmaster Sankhod, would you like to go next?
Sure.
So Toastmasters, yeah, it's like a really easy topic, but it could bring back a lots of memories for everyone. So topic for you is mangoes. Mangoes.
The very moment you said it mangoes, it triggers in my mind a thought, a picture. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me take you to a time machine, which is quite a decades old. Imagine you are sitting in front of a village, and in front of you is an amazing tree, the king of the fruits, that's mango. You heard it right. For those who haven't experienced the mango plucked up fresh from the tree, you missed something in your life. Don't take Katrina Kaif just by her advertisement. I know she is a brand ambassador of Maza, but then a fresh mango is something which is really like. And if you have a friend like our favorite Gustav, so you can play solitaire down the mango tree and spend the entire day eating the mal. Now, when you're having the mango, it's very important how you're going to eat it. Whether you just take a pick on that and suck all the mango juices over there, or you have a knife in your hand and you're going to cut the mango over there, and then the mango is comment. It will have the juicy feeling in your mouth. It's like a magic. It's like a magical heaven. If you want to see how ripe the mango is, just watch the timer. That's the yellow color mango, which you always like it. And in case you want a varieties of mango, soon you will see that the yellow color will turn to red. That's a different type of mango, which has a different flavor as well. With that, let me hand over back with loads of mangoes to our table topic master. Over to you.
It's really good to hear how you related all our tarot cards to the mango colors. Thank you so much, Sanko. Yeah. So moving next, anyone left? Ashish, would you like to go next?
Yes, sir.
So for you, question is any your best my friends were crazy story, like any my friends were crazy story.
Okay. So if you don't have crazy friends, then those people are not friends. Probably those people are family members. Because if there is no craziness, then they are not friends. So during the summer times, as our previous theme was mangoes, I'll try to say more about that mangoes. I was studying in my primary days. We were having around 1 hour of lunch duration, lunch period care. So during that time, when there was mango season, we always roam here and there. Sometimes someone's in someone's background, in someone's garden, or in some public places. Wherever we see mangoes in the trees, then we try to aim to that mango. Sometimes the end result is the mango, and end result was the mango, and sometimes the end result was someone was scolding to us, or someone is taking us and making our parents to pay the bill because whatever damage we did with that throwing of the stone and it hit someone's head, right? Because instead of that yellow juice from the mango, we sucked some red color juice from someone's blood. That was the difference. So these are the some great memories that I can relate for my childhood days. And coming to the craziest friends, another important things are like that. And when you are planning some trips, right? When you are planning some trips, let it be some Goa trip or some any adventurous trip or some scuba diving trips. The thing is like that. Some people will initially they will do the planning all those things, but when the final trip will come to a conclusion, then those people who were planning that trip actually they were not involved in that trip. Some other people will come and they will join the party. That's how friends are. and that's how they make the moment more beautiful. Thank you.
We all have those kinds of friends from childhood memories that makes our life beautiful. Yeah. So I guess everyone's turn. So let's move next again. We are over with our table topic sessions. We will go ahead with the next session. I'd like to request Toastmaster Mudassir to take over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simi. It was a very wonderful session. I like the topics which were very engaging, and it brings back that summer feeling, the summer holidays feeling which we had in the school days, like an ice cream vendor, visiting to Nani's place, extra hour of fun. I like your topic selection. It brings back the old childhood memory, the nostalgia, the summer days, the school vacations, and everything. Very wonderful session, Simi Agrawal.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I call the tag team now to present the reports? First, I would like to invite Timer to present the timing report. Toastmaster Sankhya, can you please present the timing report for the table topic session?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassir. So we are going to have a wonderful time and in the table topic session, and let's see who has contributed how much in the table topics. So Lalita spoke for 45 seconds, Duman for 1 minute 33, Suraj for 2 minutes 16, Vishnu 54 seconds, Tina 1 minute 33 seconds, Toastmaster Pasha for 2 minute 55 seconds, Kaustav 1 minute 40 seconds, myself 2 minutes 09 seconds, Ashish 1 minute 43 seconds. Lalita has spoken less than the required timing of 45 seconds, and Toastmaster Pasha has overshoot the timing. That's 2 minutes 55 seconds. So that's all from me. Over to you, Toastmaster Mudassir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya, for such a crisp and crisp report. Now I would like to invite our R counter, Toastmaster Pasha, to give the R count report. Toastmaster Pasha. Toastmaster Pasha, we can't hear you.
Still on mute.
I think we can go back to Gramaria and after that.
So we'll skip the account report for now. We'll come back to that later. Right now, let's me call the grammarian, Toastmaster Ashish. Can you give the grammarian report?
Thank you, Mudassir. And coming to the grammarian report, I did not get much errors today, and there were some errors in the thought process, like would terrified, it should be would be terrified, and there were 50 members, something like that. So we can reduce it like there were around 50 members. So if we can hardwire our brain to express more by saying little words, then that will allow us to give more insights to the audience, and we will give one more impact to the audience attitude, how they react to our speech. And coming to the word of the day was not used by anyone. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay. Thanks, Ashish. So I would strongly encourage everyone to use the word of the day in the upcoming meeting. It will help you understand a difficult word and how to use it in a day-to-day language. Dr. Pasha, are you there? Can we hear the account report?
Yes. Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Listen, I carefully listened all the speaker throughout the meeting. So though I didn't figure out many errors, here I am with my report. Lalita used 2 times and Duman sir used 3 times as and 1 time so and 1 time but. Suraj Sonu used 3 to 4 times as and 1 time Vishnu sir used 5 to 6 times as. Then Tina ma'am used 2 to 3 times as and 2 to 3 times as. And Kaustav sir didn't use any this thing. Speech was very fine and clear. Sankhya sir didn't use any this thing. Speech was very clear and fine. Ashish Kumar Sahu sir didn't use any and speech was very clear and fine, sir. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir. Myself, I don't know, sir, how many times I used.
So, Dr. Pasha, we are not calling you doctor, we are calling you Toastmasters. So you should also call us Toastmasters only. There is no need to call sir. You can call us Toastmaster Mudassir, Toastmaster Sankhya, Toastmaster Ashish. I think that would be fine. There is no need to attach sir. I think this conclude the meeting. So I think today we don't have any voting link because this was a special session. We had an educational session from Saurabh Datta. And I think we learned a lot. I will share the details, his contact details with everyone so that you can decide on your upcoming pathways. I know a lot of you are guests who have joined the meeting for the very first time. And this was a very heavy session for a new person. But you got to know about pathways which we learn after 1 or 2 years, after spending 1 or 2 years in Toastmaster. You got to know about that in the very first meeting. So you can make a very conscious decision on when to join Toastmaster and what to expect from Toastmaster and what will be your Toastmasters journey in the coming days. So I think that would be very helpful for you. If there are many guests today, one by one, I will invite you to tell us how the meeting went and what do you learn from the meeting. So first, I would like to call Toastmaster guest Tina to tell us what do you learn from the meeting, the education session, the table topic session, and where can we improve? Toastmaster guest Tina.
Yeah, so today is my first ever meeting in Toastmaster. So in first meeting itself, I got to know about pathways and different kind of path. And so I learned before choosing path, we should, research more and we should take conscious decision. Like Simi was telling, like she have chosen wrong path, now she want to change. So it was like a message for me ki while choosing mine, I should choose carefully. So that was my learning. And from that table topic, when everybody was speaking by their own experience, I was also preparing the same time my own speech on the same topic. So I was not only speaking my topic, but I was thinking so many topics. So it was very great learning for me, and everybody is very humble and appreciating each other. While if anybody was not able to even speak, then also like Simi was appreciating, and I really liked today's topic. All were like about childhood memories, and so I really loved my first ever meeting, and I felt very comfortable here. And thank you everyone. Thank you Pasha, and thank you Kaustav, thank you Mudassir, thank you Shankhya, thank you Simi, thank you everyone, thank you Ashish. So thank you everyone.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tina. You feel it feels like you're very comfortable to speak in front of camera, which is really good. You already had a good start. And like Saurabh said, the Toastmasters is for everyone, no matter where you are starting. and you will learn a lot once you become a member. So if you want to become a member, you can contact Toastmaster Sankhya, who is right now a timer, and he will tell you the entire process. So are you in Bangalore right now?
Yes.
So next week we'll be having a physical meeting. It will be in the White Field. So yeah, we wish you could join us in a physical meeting. Now I would like to invite Lalita to tell us how you felt about the meeting.
Yeah,
Lalita?
it was, yes, the meeting was very informative. I think Saurav Gupta, like the way he explained what is pathway and what is path and how you can choose, it was really very helpful. And even this table topic also, like it was very helpful. Like, you know, it will help a person to think about any topic, and it also gives you the confidence to speak. No, I'm sure like after we attend few sessions, we'll have the confidence to speak whichever table topic they give us. And everyone over here, they are very encouraging, you know, like they'll just motivate us to talk more and to do more. So thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone for this.
Thanks. So Lalita, Toastmaster is actually a very supportive environment, and we encourage each and everyone. We celebrate the fact that you come on the stage and speak. It doesn't matter if you speak, not good, but the fact that you come up and speak, that's enough. So we encourage that. And when you join us in a physical meeting, you will see a lot more of this. We will clap each time a person is on the dais. We will give them a handshake. So all that also goes on in Toastmasters. It's a very healthy and supportive environment for anyone to grow.
Thank you.
I would like to invite Suraj to tell us how he felt about the meeting.
It was a good experience. Mostly the sort of the way he explained, uh, giving all the information, what we need to, how we should be choosing the path and then pathways. It's very good to know at early stage. If we change the path, like Simi has a different experience, so now she will be changing. So this is good to know in early stage, so we can make a right decision. This is a good thing. So that is very good. Second, I have been part of the table talking last time as well. It's very exciting for me to be the part, and it gives me immediate think through to on the particular topic and then speak. May not be very good, but yeah, it's keep on trying to keep on improving and keep on practicing. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so it was a good experience. I'd love to meet the next meeting with physical in the Whitefield.
Thanks, Suraj. We all love to meet you. And
Yeah.
keep doing, this is your second meeting. I wish you join us in a third and fourth, and all the meetings which will be keep happening in the coming.
Yeah.
Keep
Sure.
coming, and slowly you will start improving.
Yeah, definitely.
Process. I think I've covered all the guests.
So Vishnu,
Vishnu. Vishnu, can you tell us how you felt about the meeting?
It was a nice experience for me. There are everyone is helpful in nature. Everyone helping and encourage to each other to motivate and motivating to us to improve ourselves. And sir is defined about pathways. It was how to choose my pathways, which is good for me. That was good. And table topic is also good. And there are, I like that there are some one of member timing session, and other things is someone correcting our grammar position. That's like everyone doing means we can correct ourselves with their Toastmaster. That's it about method. And that's it from me.
Thanks, Vishnu. keep joining our meetings and attend. Try to give as many table topics as you can. If you want to give 2 topics in a single session, that is also fine. But if you keep doing that, you will gradually learn how to speak more effectively in front of camera or in front of audience. So keep coming in the meeting. And if you want to be a BAM member, you should contact Toastmasters Sankhya, who is right now a timer, and he will tell you the entire process of enrolling to a path so that you can start with your Toastmasters journey. So we got feedback from all our guests. With this, I would like to conclude our meeting number 274 as the president of Speakers Den Toastmasters Club. A few announcements. A meeting, an area contest happened yesterday. An area is something that is made out of 5 clubs. So Speakers Den is one club. Likewise, there could be other clubs as well around Bangalore. Putting together 5 or 6 clubs, we forms an area, and couple of 4 or 5 areas form a division, and 8 division form a district, and there is a region, and finally you reach at an international contest. So Toastmaster conduct an international speech contest, and you have to cross through all these levels to reach to an international stage. So one person among us, Kaustubh, he cleared the club level and the area level. Yesterday it was area level, and he was the winner of the area level speech contest. So I would like to invite Kaustubh to say a few words about his experience as an area champion.
Well, I honestly, this is the test of table topics, okay? So the first thing that comes to my mind is I have always and only from then have I competed. I've never competed from my home club, which is Pride, of course. So in the past, whenever I have competed and gone to division level, I've always competed from Den, and all these years when I was not part of Den, I never competed. So it's like the moment I land in Den, I have to compete again. It's sort of an occupational hazard. I wasn't going to go to area level. It is Mudassir who emotionally blackmailed me into continuing to area level. I told him that I don't want to go. I'm not a big fan of speeches. But he said that, we should not lose the chance that we got. So half of this, actually, the complete reason we are now able to claim that we won area level is because of Mudassir. Because if he hadn't said that, I would not have gone. So that's thanks to Mudassir. In terms of winning, I always had my beef about these contests because for a very long time, they were focused on dramatics and the theatrics that we bring about in speeches. I've seen a lot of great speakers who have great content, who have great emotional quotient when they deliver their speeches and not win. The ones that win were always the ones who used the stage and used drama and vocal variety and all those things. I mean, they were not bad, but there were definitely other people who had a greater message. But I'm seeing that trend change now, which is a very good thing. I'm seeing the trend change to quality of messages, which is for all of us a very good thing. The notion that we conduct contests for others to learn from the better speakers is only amplified when we vote for better speeches that impact our lives and impact our thinking process. So that I am seeing it now, and therefore I am glad that I participated this time and it's going forward. Don't have any hopes about division, okay? First of all, the thing is, that Kishore and I are, co-champions of Literati, and I am facing him in division. And the other person, Pangaja, is from my club, Pride, right? So it's all friends there. at the division level. So it's going to be fun. But that said, there was one more thing that I wanted to share with you. I don't know about every other person here, but I have been going to all the contests, club as much as I can, area definitely, and I'll go to all the divisions also. And this is one of the things that makes a difference as a Toastmaster, because we come to this organization to want to improve our communication skill, but our pursuit is very less compared to ambition that we have. One of the clear indicators that you are in love with communication or you are a big fan of communication is your want to listen to other speakers, because this platform offers you the opportunity to learn, but you can learn only by seeing a lot of speakers. So if people are not going to contest, which is where people put their best effort, best foot forward, then we are missing out on a lot. You probably may not see a great speech or anything, but one idea will change your life. One idea will change the process you think. So if you truly love speeches, listen to as many speeches as possible. And now with the Zoom platform, we can go to any number of contests, meetings, and see so many people speak. And it's every single one is an opportunity to learn, either to continue something good or either to stop doing something bad. It's always, and it's just couple of hours from our time. The benefit is exponential. So that's one advice I have for everyone. Just witness as many speeches as possible and don't expect the improvement to come only from our club. Yeah. I don't know if that's what you wanted me to talk about, but yeah, that was my table topic without timing this time.
Thanks, Kaustubh. So the division contest, which is next level to area contest, is on 1st of May, 10 a.m. onwards. I would like all of you to join the division contest to see, to listen to all those speeches, including Kaustubh, so that you can improve by listening to other speakers as well. And Kaustubh has shared this concept of joining as many meetings as you can, because anyways, this is an online platform for some time till the corona effect goes away and we started moving to a physical setup. But right now it's online, and we can join meeting from of any club in India or outside India. So if you want to do that, you can contact Sankhya or me. We can help you to join meeting in anywhere across the world, in US, Europe, any club in India as well. So please do that, because of different time zones as well. If you are occupied throughout the day and you are free in the night, and there could be one meeting happening in the night in the US, so you can join that. So that's the benefit of the online meeting. So thank you, Kaustubh. Please join the division contest, which will be happening on the 1st of May, 10 a.m. onwards. So this concludes the meeting of today, and I will ask Sankhya to stop the recording.